Hi, welcome to Vision classes. It's the classes for IGCSE, GCSE, AS and A-level students. So today, we have to discuss one of the interesting question from the parent and student around the globe. That is how to choose the Cambridge IGCSE subject. What are the minimum subject we have to take? What are the maximum? How to build a good profile for future as well. So we will discuss all this, means the small questions. Okay, and it's necessary as well because many of the student and parent, they are they in their day-to-day regular life, they hardly care about these things, but if you get these kind of guidance, then it's of course it will help you. All right, so here first of all, how many subjects that we have to take minimum? Okay, so minimum basically you have to take the 5. Fine, that's keep in mind. All right, and for generally it's recommended to take 7 to 9 subjects to build a strong background or base for the student as well. Okay, the including which are the subjects that we have to take, we will discuss. Fine, then to build the strong profile, even it is recommended to take the 8 to 10. And here keep in mind that rather than the quantity, the quality matters, because you have to achieve the good grades as well. So take as minimum as enjoyable subject as possible and enjoy them, score the more, that will help you for longer term. All right, so that's a basic key that you have to keep in mind. Then now the core subject, how you have to figure it out. So see, the one language subject, it's generally mandated. Along with that, even some of the countries actually, so for example, if English is included, it's a global language. But if you are let's say in France, or let's say in India, or let's say in Malaysia, you have to take one local language as well along with that. So for example, Hindi is a local the Indian language, right? French. Okay, so these language are some of the times actually pushed or recommended by the school to take it. Fine, along with that, mathematics, additional mathematics. Suppose if you have a good mathematics or strong base for mathematics, you can go ahead with the additional math as well. Okay, that's basically helpful for your AS and A level. Actually, if you are gonna take, let's say, further math, even in the normal math, you can build a strong base for along with the additional math. Then science subject, physics, chemistry, bio, these are the science core subjects are there. So it's recommended to take at least 2 to 3. Fine, but many of the school actually these days are recommending to take the all of them. Fine, physics, chemistry, bio. Then along with that, humanities 1. Okay, either geography, history, economics. But these days in the volatile world, if you understand the economics, geopolitics very well, then it's recommended to go ahead with the economics, but not necessarily as such. If you have a good interest in geography, history, then you can go ahead. All right, but the economics in many of the school recommended. Fine. Then business and technology, business studies, it's one of the growing interest of these days of students actually. So these days many of the students actually opting for the business studies. Fine. Then it's computer science. It's generally like mathematics and all these subjects. The computer science is recommended in many of the school because of the new invention, revolution in AI and all. So computer science is one of the recommended subject in many of the schools actually. All right, so these are the core subjects that the student need to choose or take into the consideration of these things. Along with that, so I have put out some parameters. So for example, here if you are gonna take the in or opting for engineering computer science pathway, then the English, mathematics, additional math, fine, physics, okay, computer science, business studies, these are the necessary subjects that you have to take. Fine. And why? Means you have to take these subject actually built strong base for this engineering, computer science. That's why you have to take into the consideration while choosing the subject. All right, then nextly, medicines and health science. So in the medicines and health science, actually English, mathematics, it's not mandatory, but many of the school actually in the IGCSE year 9 and 10, they recommend or mandatorily they ask the student to take it at least, so that you can build a strong base. Fine. So it's English, mathematics, then bio. Along with that bio, if you want to take the chemistry and physics, that's well and good. If not, then you can skip it as well. Additional mathematics, computer science and geography. Computer science here also recommended. Why? Because in the medicine and health science also many of the revolutions are taking place these days, and to evolve along with the changing society, we have to adapt ourselves, we have to learn and understand and prepare ourselves for future challenges. So it's recommended to take the computer science as well. Fine. Then nextly, business, economics, law, pathways. So see, this is again, it's one of the growing interest around the globe. Okay, many of my students as well, they are doing their graduations in economics, business studies and all. So they opted for even here maths if possible. If you have a strong math or strong base in the math, then you can go ahead with the additional math purely. That will of course benefit you. Fine. Then economics, accounting, business studies, humanities, actually history, geography. Okay. Then the English one. Okay, English is a global language, so you have to take it. All right. Then so see, in short here to combine all these things. What if basically you are not sure about the future career? Then actually it's a very common that you are not sure in year 9 and year 10. So in those cases, the choose the subjects that you can perform at least A star. That's minimum that you can perform. Okay. So for example, English, maths, physics, okay, computer science, you have to take it. Fine. So safe way you can play along. Yeah. So that's one of the safest. Fine. So the English, maths, physics. If you want biology, okay, computer science, business studies, and one humanities subject as well. Okay, economics or some other subject. Fine. So with this 8 basically subject, you will have a pathway for all the pathways open up in future as well. For example, actually engineering, medicine, computer science, economics, even finance, business. Okay. Now nowadays even if you take the, let's say, fewer subject, okay, so you can take externally the AS and A level subjects. Okay, that's also one of the area where you can explore. Fine. Along with that all this information we have updated on our website as well. So here if you go to the visionigcse.com, you can see here blogs. Fine. In the blog, actually here in the study blogs, IGCSE study blogs, we have put out here all the things. Okay, so how to choose the subject, what are the important subjects are there. Fine. What are the things you have to consider while choosing the subject. Fine. Then nextly, some of the subject importance we have put out on our website as well. Fine. And avoid some of the common mistakes that students have been doing. All right. So for example, the physics is important for robotics. Okay, and robotics is one of the growing area. So these things you have to consider while actually choosing or dropping the subjects. Fine. Then nextly, here even we have added some of the FAQs as well. Fine. So yeah, that's it. Fine. If you need any guidance in choosing the subjects or something, we are here to help you. That's it. Enjoy the studying. Thank you.